We begin this game by walking off a train and into Armadillo, a town. So yeah. In the saloon, we meet a man named Jake.
I'm Jake.
Jake leads us to Fort Mercer, where Bill Williamson resides. John tries to speak with Bill, but he gets shot in the rib. Then some good Samaritans comes along and helps John to recover. Gets him to the doctor, and it cost them...
Cost us $15.
Oh no! The lady who saves us says her name is Bonnie McFarland. And John and Bonnie makes a deal that he'll help save the farm in order to pay back the medical bills that he used. Then John helps out shooting the critters and the coyotes, preventing them from eating the livestock and the chicken. Then I walk into the struggling financially town's sheriff and crack open the safe and steal all their money. I did this twice. Anyways, so then Bonnie McFarland keeps on yapping about something I can't remember. And then we drive into the town of Armadillo where we buy some medicine. Then John begins to speak with the sheriff or the marshal, whatever. And we go out and hunt a man named Walton. And then I kill him, and then we go back. Anyway, John goes back to the McFarland's ranch, and more yapping. This time they yap about each other's traumatic childhoods and whatnot. And then a herding mission begins, and quite frankly, we don't talk about that.
Hey, you, the chicken-headed guy, come over here. You a tough guy, mister? I hope so. We gonna have a showdown.
Anyways, me and this guy have a duel, and let's just say that it did not end well for him. Then there's a horse breaking mission where you have to break horses, and we don't talk about this. But hey, at least I earned a horse, right? But then this Chinese guy gave me a treasure map, and that's good. That's very good. If you play this, go get him and save him. Ignore me shooting him in the background. Then this woman is like, "Oh no, my boy, my sweet boy, they took him up in the hills." Rather than saving the poor woman's boy, I went up in the hills hunting for treasure.
I'm desperate or I wouldn't ask. Actually,
Look, messed with the wrong man.
what the hell are you doing?
Anyway, then I found the treasure and we're rich, baby. Okay, just move the rocks already. God damn. Then we speak to the marshal once again. And we go up to the Pike's Basin. Then we go up to Pike's Basin, which is a canyon. It's very pretty. So yeah. And then we shoot some people. And then I don't remember. Then there's another, Bonnie McFarland mission, a herding mission, but this time it's a rain in thunderstorm. Yay! Then there's another person who's like, oh, my wife, she's gone, she gone missing up in them hills. Ooh, yikes. Then I tried to figure out where the hell this treasure is. But my treasure hunting was cut short because there was a man dying on the ground in the middle of the desert. So I had to take him back to the doctor where he was all fine. Then we meet the marshal and he's like, yep. There's some bandits up here that needs to be shot and stuff like that. And so we do. We kill him and this happens. So I'm going to blur out. And and then I turn off the minimap because you know what? From then on I thought, man, this is kind of stupid. And then I got really immersed in the environment. And I felt much more intimate with the world, and I had to look at road signs and stuff to figure out where I needed to go, and it was really cool. I suggest you do the same. Then we confront Billy Williamson again, only it went a little smoother this time. On our part, on his part, it didn't go so great. We got one of his main boys, Norman Deek. So yeah. So then I began riding out to the next mission, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit confusing not using the minimap, not being told everywhere and any time I wanted to go somewhere. I knew exactly where to go. I just had to follow the yellow or the red line, and I would be there. But not so much now. I got used to it, and it was much more enjoyable for me, at least, to not use the minimap. And then I went into the sheriff's office, and there was a girl that was there. Oh, my husband went missing up in them hills. Then I meet this, the guy, you remember the guy who was dying on the ground in the middle of the desert? Well, he's back and he wants me to go up and scam some people with his miracle tonics that can cure any ailments. So then I go to his show and he's like, these are my miracle tonics and they can make any man 10 times stronger. Does anybody want to be an example? What about you, man? And then I go up and I drink the miracle tonic, and then the legs, pam pam pam, and then the guy gets really angry, and he's like, you can't make this shot, so he throws up his hat and I shoot it, and then he says, no, you can put a bullet in a man and just walk away, and then he's like, then we need to fight, and then we brawl, and I beat his ass, and then he's like, oh my god, where is that son of a gun? And then he pulls out his gun and we duel, and then I disarm him, and then we sell lots of miracle tonics. So then I found this girl dying on the floor in the desert, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sick, but God will help me. With faith, anything can happen. And then I give her some medicine. I say, oh my God, God has gifted me this medicine. And then I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? I gave you this medicine. And she's like, oh no, this is God's gift to me from you are the fall guy to give me this. And then I'm like, and then I shoot the ungrateful bitch, and then the thing is over. And then I go searching for treasure, but I can't find it anywhere. And I mean anywhere. I searched everywhere. I went to a place and I was like, what the fuck? Where is this? I've never been here. And then I finally found it in the Lobo Rock, which was so surreal seeing these locations that I have never been to in Red Dead. And then I'm like, what the Sigma? This is like a dream. And then I look for the other treasure, and I immediately spotted that this is in tumbleweed. Good old tumbleweed. I love tumbleweed.
Look at that!
And then I go to the third treasure map, and I'm like, what the Sigma? Where the hell is Rio del Toro? What the hell is this skull? What the hell is that tree? So then I came to the conclusion that, hey, this is maybe in Mexico. So I gave up. So then I find this goofy little person named Seth, and he's kind of creepy because he is like really skinny, and he robs dead people, uh, just like looking for a map, kind of like me.
Mr. West
So
Dickens.
then I asked Seth, I was like, "Hey man, what the fuck you doing? Why you robbing dead people? Aren't they already dead?" And he's like, I'm looking for my map. I'm looking for my map. But that bitch Moses took it from me. Hey, if you find Moses and give me my other half of my map, I'll help you in the assault on Fort Mercer. And I'm like, okay. So we go and we go to that guy, Moses, and then he's like, I'll swear, don't carry me back to him. And then he's like, aha, I find you, Moses. And then Moses like pisses himself, and then I shoot Moses. hmm So anyway, so I get a little bored, so I just kidnapped a bunch of people and threw them off a bridge. Yeah, I did this twice, and I got in trouble for the second time. So anyway, I go back to the miracle tonic guy, and this time he wants to sell stuff by giving me a drink, and then I go horse racing or kart racing, and I crash, but then I won. Haha, very cool.
Mister, I'll take care of this cart for Mr. West Dickens.
So then Westback Dickens comes back and he's like, "Hey man, we need to sell more miracle tonics." And then people come and they hey, this guy scammed us. And then we began like shooting people and stuff, and yeah. And then some bounty hunters came, but then I shot him in the face, and I wasn't wanted anymore, which is kind of sad. Once again, I got kind of bored, so I kidnapped a man and threw him off a cliff. Great stuff. Then I got in a bar brawl and ended up shooting a man. Then I go into this livery and there's like some Irish guys and they're drowning a other Irish guy and they're like, "Oi boyo, what the fucking doing here?" And I'm like, I want Gatling gun, and he's like, "Oi boyo, you gotta get me first." And then hey, you're not getting away that easily. And then I shoot them both in the head and save the Irishman, and his name is Irish, and he's drunk. Well, I can get you a Gatling gun. It's down by the shack. And then we go down to the shack, and there's no fucking Gatling gun there. Yeah. So then I get bored again and I push off a bunch of people off an oil rig, and it's very fun. Ragdolls. I did this a lot.
Sorry, mister.
Anyway, so I go back to the drunken Irishman, and I was like, "Hey man, you fucking thief! Where's the fucking Gatling gun?" And then he's like, "No worries, man. I can take you to it. It's down by Gaptooth Breach." And like, what is miners gonna do with it? And it's like, I don't know. Maybe shoot it at somebody. And then we go down there, and then I shoot somebody. And then we get up the Gatling gun, and then I ride a mine cart, sort of like Dan TDM's girlfriend, and then and then we got it. Yeah, cool. So then I go to this Miracle Tonic guy, and then we do a horse race, which I win first try. Then I woke up and decided that I just wanted to go walk. I wanted to start walking. So I did. I'm gonna do a time lapse. I think I accidentally shot Irish. Then Irish is like threatening some nuns and like, put them up, sis, put them up. And then he's like, hey, who are you? And then he's like, hey, don't you forget me ever again, and let these nuns go. And they say, oh, I swear. And then looks like, and then he's like, excuse me, nuns, keep going. And then he throws him on the ground and he's like, don't you ever forget my debt to, don't you ever forget your debt to me, because I saved you life. Now where's some ammunition for that damn Gatling gun? And he's like, well, there's a fine fellow I know down the street who knows just the thing. I was just gonna ask you where the ammo is. No, I mean, I was gonna just show you where that was, but yeah. And then we go to him, and he's like held captive, and then he's like this.
Suck my again.
So then we shoot a bunch of people, and then we get some ammo. And then the people we shot were like, hey man, you can't do that, and they chased us. And then I shot a man off a bridge, and it looked really cool. Here's the clip.
Don't like me much.
Now would you look at that? And then John is like, oh! And then Bonnie comes and she's like, have you seen my father anymore? And he's completely missing. We haven't seen him since yesterday afternoon. And so we help her. And then Bunny's father is like, "Oh my God, the killer of men!" And like, and then Bunny's like, "Who did this?" And he's like, "Oh my God, probably one of them Fort Mercer boys or one of the Waltons." And then we ride back, and then like, and then I see it, but she doesn't. But like the entire, it looks like the entire McFarlane's ranch is on fire in this shot,
How did I not know
and
this fire?
she's like, "Oh my God, this barn is on fire!" And then Bunny is like, "Oh no, the barn is on fire! The horses are gonna die! Get inside there, John, and save the horses!" Jesus, I didn't know I could get that high, my voice. And then I like parkour up, and then I open the door. Then I get some horses out, and then I rode the last one out like a badass. And then yeah, then the barn was saved, and the people of the McFarlane Ranch had their horses still. And then she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so indebted to you." And then John is like, "No, I'm indebted to you for saving my life." And then they parted ways. And then I ride over to this place, and there's a farmer there who's like, "Oh my God, you gotta save my daughter! She's in that building!" And then we shoot up the place. I go in there and save the man's daughter, and I get a bunch of money and a new outfit. Not yet, not yet. I had to do one side mission more. So I finally decide to go and help the poor woman's uh, missing husband. And we meet a man who's like, "Go chase that man down. He tried to hit me and kill me. Look at my leg." And then I go trying to save him, and it's like, like evil. And then I go get him, and then he's like, "A man's gotta eat." And then I shoot him, and then I got a new outfit. And then I go back to Seth, and he's like, "Ma, I finally found it where the map is. I just need to go to a secluded spot so I can find the rest of the map and these bodies." And then we ride over the... Never mind, actually. We found the map! Go to Tumbleweed! And then we went to Tumbleweed, and then we went and shot a bunch of people, and he was like... And then you see I have lost an eye, and he was like, "Oh my God, a glass eye!" And I was like, kind of like, maybe I could use that glass eye since I lost an eye. A funny joke, you know. But then, yeah. I just listened to my recording of me laughing. And I sound just like Seth when he's laughing. I'll show you a clip of him laughing. Actually, I don't wanna. I'm not going to go all the way and find that clip. It's too much effort. I'm just gonna show you more of this. And then I went to the marshal, and Bunny McFarland dad was like, "Oh my God, where's my daughter, John? You know where she is? You know, she got lost yesterday. We haven't seen her since." And John was like, "No, I don't know, but we'll find him." And then like one of the Williamson boys were like, "Marshall, give us Norman Dick, or we'll rape and murder Bonnie McFarland." And then they're like, okay, take it easy. Just lead us to where Bonnie is." And then they were like, and then Marshall was like, "Man, keep your gun at him at all times, okay?" And so I did. and then we walked, and then of course it was a setup, and then I shot Norman Deek, and then I shot a bunch of other people, and then I went to save Bonnie McFarlane. And then Bonnie McFarlane was like, "Oh, what took you so long, you stupid idiot? Uh, you are so stupid. You could have saved me much earlier." And I was like, "I'm just happy that you saved Bonnie." And then she was like, "Oh, sure, you too. I'll go home to my farm now." And I was like, "Be careful." And she's like, "Take care." And he was like, "See ya." Then I met Marshall on a hill nearby Fort Mercer, and he was like, "Okay, so we got Seth went into the fort, and he will get us in, and you will go into um, uh, uh, West Dickens cart, and then boom, when they got you're inside, you go out." And then Seth was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Go in, go in. Yo-ho! Welcome to my humble abode." Oh my god, why am I voice cracking so hard? And then, yeah, there was like, there's an, "Ooh, snake oil. It will make you into an angel." And then they were like, "Hell yeah!" And then I got out with the Gatling gun and so started shooting everybody. And then I shot everybody in the face. And then people, yeah. And then the marshal was like, "We couldn't find Williamson anywhere in the fort. He must be outside." And so I get in the Gatling gun again, and I start blasting everybody. But then they're like, "No, he ain't there either." And then they'll find like one of the gang members, and then gang members, and he's like, "He went out to Mexico." And then uh, um, uh, John was, "Javier Escuela. He's gone to see Javier Escuela." And so that was the end of this video about New Austin. Tomorrow or today, very small, slim chance today will be the day that the Mexico video will be out. But look out.